Tony John, 282 Patriots Landing. I'd just like to hold everybody's attention again. That all of the items that are being sold that are questionable, they're not biodegradable. Continually having to shut pumps down, take them out of the impeller and the pump, rack the pump, they rack the pump. Sometimes I will say that by shutting everything down and the guy going down in there, they can clear it out. We have had a couple of pumps burning. I think, I'm still on the low end when they're talking about pump prices. I think we just bought a couple of pumps that were $18,000 a piece. So I just ask everybody to, be a good neighbor to Clear Creek Conservancy and don't place that stuff down in fuel. Rates low. Keep your rates low. Yes, that's right. The other thing I wanted to say is we have had some, we and hope that everybody enjoys the property. They're taking their dogs out walking. We've had some problems. Dirt bikes, back of the dam. We've also had some problems, either four-wheelers or side to side, down through and driving up on the spillway, on the spillway. So I talked to Tom about it 6 weeks ago or so. I just talked to Ken about it, and if anybody's on there,
Thank you, Dwayne. We have Floyd Township Fire. I don't see Jeff Brooks, so to neighborhood watch.
No report.
HLCS with Jenny. Can you report? Right, Helnack with Donna.
Just a couple of things. First, we had our wine fest, the end of April, and I want to thank everybody who came. It was, at the Now Road Down Center. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, it was just a great evening, and, we're having another one in the fall. If anybody would like to attend, it's just a fun night of socializing. It was just such an easy night, and we were supposed to end at 9, and everybody was still jabbing, talking away, and it was really exciting, and so nobody left for it was so thank you everybody from the community for that. The other thing is we had a very successful garage sale, and it was extremely busy this year. I hope everybody did really well. Sponsors of our next book, Charlie Beard. To find Tom and Mary, I know we had to do so they put in about 50% effort, and it's a very long week. The cleaning up and doing everything we could to help you, Mary. So anyway, it was really a fun week for the community. Thank you for the community. We have a lot of I'm just going to remind everybody the next thing on our list as a dog, and like would be interested in hosting a dog. Please remember, we do pay an amount towards the expenses of decorating the dock, and it's just if you've ever attended or watched the boats on the water, it's absolutely a fun day, and you can enjoy it whether or not you participate in poker run or just watch from the docks or come by and enjoy the music and food later on in the evening. So keep that. It's August 15th, and like I said, if you're interested in hosting a dock, please contact a member of our group, Heather Ludlow. Heather and Matt will actually be looking for the dock host, but you can give me a call. We'll put you touch with the right people. And it's just really a fun day, so keep that in mind. And have a great summer, everybody. Enjoy this community. I can't tell you how exciting it is to have all these functions coming up in our first concert. And it's just, and now with the wonderful Rosalza, to see it. Anyway, thank you for everybody's support for Hellnet. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Donna. Now we have the security report with the Sheriff's Department. Tom?
Tom Sutherland, Chief Deputy Sheriff's Office. We were up here 51 times in the month of April. 10 times for civil process, handing out papers for people to be civilly sued. Administrative 8 times, that's probably title checks, most of them. And then we were up here 5 different times unlocking vehicles. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Now I have the presentation of the agenda, so if I have a
Motion to accept.
second. All in favor? Okay, that passes. Accepted. Now, presentation of minutes, first the April 13th board meeting.
Motion to accept.
Second. All in favor? Okay, that is approved. And April 27th operations meeting,
Motion to accept.
Second.
all in favor? Okay. All right. Now we are on to the treasurer's report. AJ was just really excited to give the treasurer's report.
Here it is. Okay. Total income for the month of April was $227,104. Total expenses for the month were $164,759. So total income in the positive of $62,345, which is typical because everybody's paying their assessments and paying for boat stickers and getting ready to go. Year-to-date total revenue, $636,923. Total expenses, $576,726. So we're still in the positive for the year so far at $60,197. For the end of April, our short-term cash is $696,713. Total investments, CDs and money markets, is $9,361. So total cash that we can get our hands on is $706,074.
Thank you, AJ. Now on to the board committee reports. First, we have the A&E committee with Linda.
April was very, very busy. We had 5 houses, 6 non-waterfront fences, 2 detached garages, 3 decks, 1 pool, 1 dock, 2 gazebos, 2 permanent covered boat lifts and docks, 1 waterfront fence, 1 boat lift and deck, 2 jet ski lifts, a boat lift, a garage revision, and we had 4 denials. One was for a house, had an incomplete plot plan, and deck. Another one for a deck and roof attached to the home. Distance was missing from the paperwork, and then there was a garage addition. It was denied. The structure was flagged by the property manager, and then the privacy fence denied.
Okay,
Very busy.
thank you. Yeah, busy spring.
Very.
Now campground, Linda?
Campground's going good. We have our second concert May 30th.
Exciting. How was the first?
Cold. Good turnout though. It was good.
Hopefully the next one's warmer.
Yes.
Now cleanup committee, Nina?
Okay, so we did our clean sweep on Saturday. We had 129 residents attend. And a lot of work was done that day. We had some trustees, and then we also had a lot of volunteers from the community. Obviously, we need more volunteers from the community, and we definitely need younger and active volunteers to help with the clean sweep. It's a lot of physical labor. Our residents that came and dropped off items to donate to the county landfill, if you will, actually supported that with their donations, and the donations totaled $2,576, and that goes a long way in paying for the dumpsters and the disposal fees. Our next meeting is this Wednesday, the 13th.
I got a comment. So when I pulled up to drop some stuff off, there were like 3 prisoners there with the sheriff's deputy. My wife thought they were costumes. They're not costumes. I mean, it says Putnam County on it.
We have the
She's gonna kill me for
trustees
saying
from the
that.
jail every year, and they're
Yes.
very helpful.
They are very helpful,
They are
yeah.
They were
extremely
working hard.
helpful.
Yeah.
They do.
She goes, those are costumes. They're not costumes.
It's only Halloween.
Wrong month for that.
Exactly.
Okay, government with Rick,
No report.
easy. Lake Committee, Mike,
No report? Nothing new yet.
and Clean Water, no report. Long-term planning, Rick?
Yeah, Rick Olson, 51 Mill Springs. The only thing I'd have to add, in addition to the initiatives we're working on now, we have had a request to consider a dog park in the area. So talked to a few people. I know there are some hurdles. Nobody wants to live next to one, I guess. But we haven't even started really. We just basically have had the request, and we're going to see what happens. So.
Great. Then siltation, Chris?
Siltation, basically continue to take silt out of the main body of the water, and I think that'll take care of it for the year. I think we're down to the final, probably a couple weeks of it, if the weather holds out. So that's it.
And seeing that barge go back and forth.
Yeah, there's been a lot taken out.
Putting the work in. Good. All right, managers report. Benny?
So weird. All right, let's go over a few things. Assessments were due on April 1st, so everybody's aware of that, but late fees are now being applied as of April 1st. So, May 1st, thank you. I already messed up, man. First bullet point.
Fired.
Yeah, my goodness.
But
Ken,
nice knowing you.
come proxy for me, buddy. Payments can be made by mail, phone, stop by the office, the night Dropbox, or online on the POA's website, which continues to draw in a lot of people. So the online payment continues to be a good success. I'm very happy about. As Donna mentioned, the concert series kicks off later this month. So when everybody's enjoying those events that are absolutely amazing, please be courteous at the new boardwalk that we have. Everything's there. We have cleats, we have bumpers. We'll be adding some small solar lights to give a little bit of visual, what am I looking for? Visual. I'll add some lights so we can see and not trip. Let's be mindful of that. And then also, everybody did a great job last year too, but the bathrooms at the activity center are open. So if we could just try to keep mud and sand off of them, it'd be very nice. And then finally, when it comes along to that, we have added some gate chains, chain gates by the pickleball courts. That is to prevent running in the same area over and over and over. So while you're going down to enjoy yourself on your golf cart or walking, just keep an eye on those because we're going to open different ones at different times. And I don't want you to get used to the one on the left being open only to fly through or run through and find out that one's closed and the one on the right is open. So just keep an eye on that. And then finally, SOM's financial numbers. 2026 numbers continue to be stronger than 2025. April rent was $8,546, which was about $1,800 more than April last year. And to date, we've received $21,500, and that's up $3,400 year to date for 2025.
Great. Good job for your first time.
High praise, thank you.
All right, so we have no old business. We'll start with new business A, this 262 Lincoln Hills variance. Linda, if you want to.
So we have, as we talked in our ops meeting, we have a home by Mrs. Kellums here, she's present tonight, that she purchased a house in 2004 and it had a lean-to already attached to the garage. I think Benny said like, last 9 months you've been working with Ms. Kellums to decide what to do with
Roughly.
the lean-to. So tonight we're voting on whether there's four rules that it applies against the A&E. So you've read your packet. There's also some more paperwork submitted.
Right, so I think the board needs to take a look at that and make a decision if we want to allow some conversation from the property owners and a review of this new information that was just provided to us today. because I think this has been in the works for a while, but we just received some new information today. So based on that, I don't know what the board's position is on moving forward with a vote, or if this is something we need to get more information and table, or if everyone's ready to just move forward regardless of what this new information is. Anything else, Linda? I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Jeff, has a question?
I think it's a good idea to table it if we could.
Okay.
That's my recommendation, so I could study more for it.
Anybody else have thoughts on that? Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion for table.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Anyone
Abstain.
object? Okay. Did you vote?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. So that will get tabled to next month. So I would recommend to the property owners to come to the ops meeting for more conversation. And then the board can review the new materials that were submitted.
Ops meetings are in our flyers. When is our next ops meeting?
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today.
Let me make sure.
Uh,
The 20, oh no, it's Memorial
That'll be
Day.
Memorial Day.
I would say then,
Executive.
yeah, we're gonna have to do an executive meeting at some point.
Unless we push the ops meeting to June 1st, because then our next POA meeting is June 8th, unless that's too quick of a turnaround.
Or, how about we talk about it and then think of what everybody wants to do,
Figure out
everybody
the
can look at their
ops meeting. Okay.
schedules.
And then the office will reach out to.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll reach
exactly.
out to make sure you're aware of the timing.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so now we move on to new business B, 520 Gettysburg.
520 Gettysburg, this was a 6-foot solid privacy fence, A&E denied as well for our rules. We do have a packet here, it was submitted in our ops meeting as well. Jeff, did you want to talk about this a little bit? You had,
I think we're probably,
I'll be next when she's done.
okay, perfect. So,
ready to make a motion, or?
Okay, I've got a comment, and everybody knows that the state law requires the board to make sure that we cover the covenants. It's our job to enforce the covenants. And in that variance, it was obvious that fence was illegal. But I've done a lot of research and a lot of discussion, and I got a statement I'd like to read for the record.
go ahead.
Reasons and motion to allow this special fence for K-9 CODA residing at 520 Gettysburg. For the safety and well-being for all concerned, including the K-9 CODA or handler, Indiana State Trooper Hunter McCord, the resident, the neighbors, their pets, and to avoid any unauthorized contact with CODA and to comply with Indiana state law, the resident had a special privacy fence built to contain CODA. However, the A&E committee rightfully denied the special privacy fence because said fence violates A&E Rule 419.12. Subsequently, the resident requested and submitted a variance. Under the HLPOA general rules that were revised in August of 2025, the board has the right to grant a variance from any requirements or restrictions described in the rule regarding pets and companion animals to accommodate a police, emergency, or service animal. Therefore, I move to approve a temporary variance to permit this fence to remain as constructed to require that beware of dog or similar signage be placed on each exterior wall of the fence, and that the variance be recorded in the property records in the Putnam County Recorder's Office. This variance will only be permitted for CODA and any other police dog that may reside at 520 Gettysburg. Thereafter, the fence must be removed by the residents within 30 days after any of those conditions are no longer present. That's my motion.
Do we have a second?
Can we have discussion after the motion?
Sure.
I just want 3 points of clarification. The covenants do not restrict fences, that's actually the A&E, so the variance we're granting is based on the A&E
Okay.
rules. And it's the general rules that allow us to grant that variance because it is a police dog. So I just wanted to provide some clarification of the difference between how the covenants, the general rules, and the A&E rules dictate in this manner. That is all I had.
Thank you, Dina. So do we have a motion to approve, to
That's my
accept?
motion.
Okay, and a second? And then all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay. So that passes and that variance will be granted.
So we'll get into contact with you with the requirements around the variance and get it recorded, okay? Thank you.
You're welcome. And now we are in the open forum. Any takers?
I just forgot what they can donate. and I'm
Sure.
sorry. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I just wanted to mention that we were able to donate, Hellnet was able to donate the $200 differential for the cleanup committee expenses to the cleanup committee so that they could proceed with their function this year. So Hellnet was happy to provide that money to the cleanup committee, and we hope to be able to help the community continue to do so.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Donna, and I apologize that I failed to mention that in my report.
Oh, that's okay. I asked for permission to mention it tonight, and then I forgot, so.
I love seeing all the junk leaving.
It's a lot of junk. I
loaded
load
up the truck and took some.
twice a year. It amazes me. I don't know where the junk is all hidden the other 10
Not
months
in
out of the
sheds.
year. Not in sheds.
Anyone else?
Mark Critcha, 55 Mill Springs. Just, we had a variance 2 months ago that we tried to do, and we were out of town on business last month, didn't get to attend the meeting, but there could be some additional information in terms of measurements on the easement to the east, our neighbor's property, 54 Mill Springs, Mr. Lynch. And we may have some additional information and measurements to help clarify that.
Okay.
Not toward the road, but toward Mr. Lynch's
Right.
house.
Yeah, we are open to you revisiting that at any time if you want to provide that information to the A&E committee and maybe come through Benny as well, and we can take another look at that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You are welcome. Next.
Tom Novak, 25 Mill Springs. I'd just like to remind everybody, it's not too late to sign up for our blood drive. Our blood drive will be held on May 28th between 1 and 6 p.m. And you could sign up either online, and I'll give you the website, www.redcrossblood, that's all one word, period, .org. Or you could call Mary Ann Novak at 765-386-2077. Any questions?
No. Thank you, Tom. All right.
Still out for blood.
Yeah, I'll make a comment.
Yes.
When you come here to give blood, it's really convenient and helpful. After you give blood, the Red Cross will give a report as to where the blood goes, and they won't tell you who it goes to, but they'll tell you what city it went to. So I'm working on my 3rd gallon.
That's a lot of blood.
I'm proud of that. Yeah, so yeah, I try not to
I
miss
hope
one.
not all at one time.
No, they don't allow you to do that. They don't allow you to do that.
Nina, question for you. Did you obtain a lot of metal that could go to recycle for that on Saturday? Is there any metal recycling that you were able to do
We
with that?
normally, I was not there present Saturday, Benny probably knows. Normally, there is a large truck there to collect Simply Metal.
Yeah.
And in the past, it has been filled to overfilling, but do you recall
Yeah.
Saturday
I would
how it
say
ended up?
there was less than last fall and especially less than last spring. So last spring, we had a triaxle and then a 40-foot dump truck full of scrap metal. And then another trailer, a flatbed trailer filled with scrap metal. This last weekend, it was a triaxle and a half, roughly. So, but it's still,
That's a lot.
it's still, yeah, it's still metal that's not ended up on the side of the road or just sitting in somebody's empty lot. And
Or in the
Would you like
lake.
to run that down to State Road 40, the metal recycle over there?
Yes. So I don't have a figure on
I'm just kidding.
or anything like that.
Cool. It's not all garbage.
Yeah.
All right. All right, anyone else? Motion to adjourn? Second? Second. All in favor? All right, you're adjourned, that was so easy.